just play more Searing Bloods, you
Yep.
play more Searing Blazes,
Yeah.
and the matchup's okay. But we're not sure if Gary's actually done that with the deck.
Yeah.
So like, who knows? We'll see kind of how it plays out here. We see Colton has good rollout.
Good old Inches Ziggurat. Noble Heart.
Yeah, his board is currently expensive.
Yep.
Although I guess it could be more expensive if that was
Yeah.
a cavern. You know, we're
Yeah.
looking. But let's see what Gary's got here.
Do we got the turn one guide? Oh, he's gonna
Lightning
bolt the bird
bolt.
right away, or in this case, the hierarch.
So, and I think this is just what's hard about this matchup
Yeah.
in particular. Like, you just have to waste a lot of resources on killing their guys. So,
Oh, Thalia, that's good.
this
card.
is. Oh god, that is so hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that hard to deal with. One lightning bolt, but it just kind of sets you back, right? It really just limits what you're doing.
In theory, buys you like a half a turn or a whole turn, which is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can
can't
play
Searing
Mantis
Blade-
Riders
yeah,
and stuff after,
exactly.
right? Like does multiple things. Yeah. And Gary needs a 1-mana answer to this card. He can't even cast his 2s right now, so he's
Yeah.
looking for a lightning bolt
Yeah.
or.
And he just got rid of it. Rift Bolt. Yeah, Rift Bolt and Lightning
Is
Bolt. Are the only
there-
ways you can get rid of it. At the
Is
moment.
there another way that he can kill this?
No, just Rift Bolt and Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, so right, and this is what I mean. Like this
Yeah.
card, Thalia, fantastic card.
Yeah.
I think this card should cost more. You know, I think there's a world where this card.
It's like $20 now.
Yeah, you know
It's
what? I think it
insane,
might
yeah.
honestly should be worth more. This
Yeah.
card is crazy. It
Yeah.
just beats a lot of decks on its own. So naming human, we got that third land. We got all of our colors. We can play pretty much any human in the game right now.
Look at all
So
these
this is
nice-
really funny if we meddling mage Riftbolt.
Yeah.
Because you actually can't bring it off suspend.
So does it just stay suspended, or does it go instantly to exile? What happens? The Rift
It
Bolt.
just it gets exiled. You
Yeah.
can't play it, right? So you
sick.
try to cast it. And obviously,
Oh, this is nice. This is a lot of disruption, and this is like the prowess of the humans deck. It just disrupts so much.
okay. So we don't actually have a floor judge because we don't have that Pro Tour production quality. So
Yep.
we have no idea what this is named. But I'm gonna guess it's Riftbolt.
Yeah.
Because Gary would need. What would he need here? Okay, so this is in the upkeep, so we only have 2 mana available to us.
Yep.
So we need a 1-mana spell. We need specifically a lightning bolt to be able to deal with this stuff, and then we still can't cast it,
Yep.
right? Like, so you got to feel good about that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the turnout in Winnipeg too. To be honest, when I was on the floor, I heard that there was actually a lot of people out of town that came in. So
It's really sweet.
yeah,
Yeah. So
So that
Rift Bolt
card
just
is-
gets exiled.
it actually gets exiled.
Yeah.
I don't think anything matters in the graveyard.
Lava Mancer if you main dex it. So it
Yeah.
could matter, but
You know what? Just for the sake of the cast or
Yeah.
whatever, that Riftbolt should stay in exiled right now. If he plays the Lavamancer or anything that deals with the graveyard, we'll go and remedy that immediately. We just don't have. We weren't expecting this event to be as big as it is, so we're a little tight on staff.
Yeah.
So there's the
Seems-
Lightning Helix on the Thalia. Nothing we can do about that. And all right, Gary now gets to play the game the way he wanted to.
and he's actually got one swing in with Thalia, so Gary should be at 21. And did he fetch once?
22. He should be at 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So 20.
Yeah. Yeah, so he fetched.
Because he did fetch. Yeah.
Yeah.
My apologies.
So still even. That's a nice positive for Gary.
Yeah, but he's run out of resources, Kevin. Like, he's down 3 spells already.
Yeah.
He's got 3 lands. The game hasn't been going that long, right? Like, how much more do you... And we still got to deal with 20 damage, right?
Yeah.
We still got a long way to go. Can't cast Riftbolt, and there's another
Second
Thalia. Oh, you got to be so frustrated. Although, Kevin, it doesn't actually look like Colton has much going on. He is going to be able to cash this Horizon Canopy in at the end of turn.
Yep.
You know, try to get something a little bit better. But yeah, I see a Lightning Helix. I see a Lava Spike. And you know what? Even if it was another spell, right? Like,
Yep.
that's 10 damage, assuming we don't deal with any of these creatures.
Yeah, because Gary has to point all his spells at these creatures right now, because his entire game plan is one, like, turn slower if he doesn't kill the Thalia.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Colton's still at 20, and this is turn 4 or 5 now.
He's got 4 lands.
Yeah.
He's got the 4 lands in play. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going on turn 4 here, so
Yeah.
he's got to be excited about that.
Okay, so casting Helix for 3 always feels bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, just this repeat of the last turn.
So verbatim,
Yep.
exactly what happened. And Lava Spike going to the face. So Gary has, if I'm not wrong, 1 card in hand. His opponent is at 17 and has a threat in play. You're gonna have to go a long way here, Gary.
Yeah.
But it is doable. So Colton draws.
And you're very happy if you're in Colton's seat right now. Gary has 2 cards left in hand, and you're still at 17.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good spot to be.
Carasol is naming human, and let's see what we can do here.
Yep.
Right.
Colton has a Mayor of Averbrook in hand.
I see that.
That's actually pretty nice. It looks like Gary used all this bottom removal, and Colton's hand is kind of drying out in the actual impact cards. So this Mayor can provide a board state with all these wolves he could potentially make.
Absolutely. Let's get in for 4 here. We got the Aether Vials. Colton just flooding his hand. Oh, then you know what? It's I'm sure he's not even thinking about it. Maybe he is, but it's a way that he's not going to take damage off of a future Eidolon. So he's going to take 4 here. 1 from the Exalted trigger, 1 from the Mayor of Averbrook trigger. So
And this is actually what's really sweet about the Humans deck. Well, you have a lot of weak creatures in theory with the Freebooter and Meddling Mage, but you have Noble Hierarchs to pump them into combat.
yeah.
You have Thalia's Lieutenant. So you just have a lot of ways to help diversify your threats.
Mm-hmm. So there's a Lava Spike going upstairs.
Yeah, Gary.
And we saw the Boros Charm. So
Yep.
he's got a Boros Charm in hand. Here, I expect we'll see it at the end of turn to prevent this Mayor of Averbrook from flipping.
Yep.
But I don't even know what's worse here. I guess it is the wolf, but...
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Colton's still swinging for 4. This is quite a bit of clock. And Colton will only still be at 10. So Gary's got at least 3 more draws. He has to draw.
Baba Scoop, I don't think
so.
so. He was 22, and he just took 4. So from the Meddling Mage, I don't think he missed the trigger.
Yep.
Yeah. Looks like we're getting in for another 4.
Yeah. As long as you verbally communicate, like, the amount of damage you're swinging.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to point.
So... Oh, and then, so we're going to, end of turn, we're going to Boros Charm to the face. And so he's doing that just to keep the Mayor from flipping
Yep.
at this point.
So Gary's just trying to make best of bad situation right now. Ooh, top deck Bloodstain March not favorable.
And I think, honestly, Kevin, I think that's the game.
Yeah, there's like...
All right.
Colton's at 10. Gary has already used quite a bit of his spot on removal for creatures
Yeah.
now.
And if you're just joining us right now, the Meddling Mage is named on Riftbolt, which was suspended before he was cast.
Yeah.
So kind of blanked that card. All right, Mayor of Averbrook flipped. I have no idea what the name of it is. Flip, but we're gonna pull that one up for you guys right away, just so we can get a look at it. Now it becomes a Werewolf Lord. We'll grab him over here for you. So this guy transforms into Howlpack Alpha. Gives all your werewolves and wolves +1/+1. Makes a guy at the end of every turn. So just 1-man army.
Yep.
So, but the decks do play it for this side for the most part.
Yep.
Right. So let's get in for 5. Puts Gary to 9.
Yeah, 2-turn clock on board right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to be proceeding game 3 very quickly.
Yeah. Colton not doing anything with the cards in his hand.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to catch those?
No,
Okay.
I don't think they're going to be relevant at all, to be honest.
So.
Just see Gary die.
We're gonna need a lot of Lightning Helixes here, chat. If
Yeah.
you want Burn to win, we need a lot of Lightning Helixes, and
Yeah.
I think we've already used 2. So maybe you never know though.
If our voice
and
starts
2 lands.
chittering or anything, we're in a room right now, which is like it's -40 outside, which is like I don't know what that is in like American, but it's like coldest
In American.
in American, yeah, American measurement, you know. You know what I meant, okay?
Not in Fahrenheit,
In
but in
Fahrenheit,
American.
In American.
So
But it's cold. It's cold.
Humans goes up a game over Burn there. I think you know what, the matchup versus Burn, you're just inherently doing, like your just inherent strategy is just going to be good versus that deck. So.
Yeah, -40 in Canadian is cold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's cold.
Yeah.
Do you have an accent, Kevin?
Hey, you know, sometimes you're like Canadian just pops out of your accent.
Yeah,
I don't know if
guess
that
it
happens
does,
to you.
Yeah. You know, I never hear anyone say boot. People say that, but who's ever said a boot? And we need to drop that stereotype. We say other dumb things,
Yeah.
but anyhow, so players just shuffling up right here. What are these cards? I see some Destructive Revelries. I see some Path of Exiles. Pretty standard stuff.
Let's look at Colton's sideboard. At least we have his deck list.
Yeah, let's see. What does Mr. Rempel have in? So let's read it out, Kevin. We got 2 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Aethersworn Canis, also a human, 2 Katakis, 2 Izzet Staticaster, 2 Dark Confidant, 2 Fiend Hunter, 2 Sin Collector, 1 Campbell, Console of Allocation.
Sick.
So
Yeah, what's really cool about these human sideboards, you just run a bunch more humans because there's so many different I think there's a human that does everything in Magic that you want to do.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Some of them suck.
Yeah.
But when you can just like put them all into one deck,
Yeah.
they get a little bit better, you know. And these Champion of the Parish and whatnots certainly help out. So,
Yep.
but
Oh, did you know that the equator of planet Hoth is only minus 25 degrees?
That's
a good
crazy.
Fact. That's a good fact.
That's a good Star Wars
yeah,
fact.
Yeah,
I'm a
we're
big
colder
fan.
than Hoth. Yeah,
well,
but could officially
only
say
the
that.
equator, Kevin.
Okay,
Like,
that's
let's
fair.
not
Yeah.
generalize, okay? So players are just shuffling up here. Just before the game started, we want to give a quick shout out to Fusion Gaming Online for hosting this event. Fantastic tournament, amazing turnout, the best turnout
Yeah.
that we've honestly ever had, and I think it just goes to show the popularity of Modern.
Yep.
In a number of ways. So thank you to Fusion Gaming Online. And then finally, thank you to the manabase.com, your home base for everything Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
Daily articles go
Yep.
on there, tons of content. You know, if you just like Magic, you just want to read, want to see some videos. Austin Hoey with his Pauper Ponderings, now that Pauper's, you know, kind of
Yep.
blown off,
Yep.
writes there once a week, you know.
Oh, let's
So-
actually give a shout out to that stream. So 2 Saturdays from now, February 24th, we're going to be having a Pauper tournament.
I don't think we're actually going to be streaming it, though. So
Yeah.
we are going to be streaming
Yeah.
the standard PPTQ, but we will not be streaming the Pauper event.
Oh, I
so
thought Austin was going to commentate that.
he
Oh,
was,
let's
but
do
he's
that.
going to be a player, so just
Okay, cool.
hanging out some of his
Yeah.
sweat. So,
Yeah, maybe
sweat.
we can get a good
Swag.
Haru stream, just a good view of the stream.
but
yeah.
we'll definitely keep in mind. We're going to plug some dates after. We don't have those
Yeah.
locked in yet, or handy with us right now. But what's it called? Yeah, we'll let you guys know any upcoming events and streams that we kind of have at the moment. So Colton
That was
draws
good.
a 7.
It was good grip. Double
Yeah.
Meddling Mage, Thalia. It looks like he has 4 lands though, so the hand is kind of shaky.
I see some good cards though. Like I see this Mantis Rider. I see a Thalia.
Oh, there's a
and-
Mantis Rider. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so right.
definitely keep then.
So let's see. Both players are off to the races. All right, so Gary's gonna put himself down to 19 off of this fetch. I imagine we're getting a Sacred Foundry here. Just gonna fix the mana, get it over and done with.
You definitely want to have a Goblin Guide if you're Gary right now, especially.
Yeah,
against
Goblin
Goblins.
Guide. People always talk about burn. I think that's one of the reasons the deck is as powerful as it is. Right, like your creatures are quietly just doing
Yeah.
6 to 8 to 10 damage. Right, and like
Yeah.
you don't actually need to point 7 bolts. And here it is. Right, you talked about that card. Horizon Canopy for Colton taking 2. I think he's going to be going to discard, though. I don't know if I saw a human, so still gives him a little bit of choice. I see a freebooter, I see some meddling
Yeah.
mages, and I don't see a 1-drop, Kevin. So
Yep, so definitely going to discard. So no negative value from Gary yet.
yeah,
Count it out.
let's discard.
Discard. Probably the Ziggurat, right? Oh, he has the Canopy too. Yeah, this
Yeah.
Canopy makes sense.
We don't want to take damage off that, and I
Yeah.
don't think this is going to be the kind of game where
You
he's
can draw cards, yeah.
yeah. So
So Gary mapping on the next turn. Another creature would be great again. Eidolon, Monastery, Swiss Spear.
honestly, any of them,
Literally
right?
any
Another
creature,
Goblin
yeah.
Guide.
Yeah, Lavamancer picks off threats.
So are we connecting for 3 here? It looks like it is going to be 3. So
So that is one of the weaknesses of the humans deck. It
Yeah.
has like very few creature interactions besides Reflector Mage. So Reflector Mage is still very powerful, don't get me wrong, but if you don't have a Reflector Mage, sometimes a creature can just beat you down.
does humans normally play Mana Confluence? Is that one of their lands?
No.
No. Okay, so
you would take damage way too consistently off that. None of the humans' lands deal damage besides Horizon Canopy.
okay,
Yeah, that's what's
so
so
maybe
unique
that's just
about
a
the deck.
budget version that he has here. And let me see. He just plays the 1. So
Yeah.
and he only has he only has 2 Ancient Ziggurats. Maybe he just couldn't find them or anything.
Yeah, that's actually a potential concern. I know we're actually sold out of Ziggurats here at
Yeah.
Fusion, and probably a bunch of other stores in Winnipeg. Ancient Ziggurat is a very popular, like, casual kind of card too. You play slivers with
Cast
Ancient
slivers,
Ziggurat.
yeah, absolutely.
So a kid, Ancient Ziggurat, buy them out now.
So
Yeah, except you can't do it at FusionGameOnline.com. But
what do we play here? Yeah. So he plays the Lightning Bolt at the end step.
I'm curious
so-
what he named with the.
Yeah, we're not quite sure.
Yeah.
So I actually don't like that play. I think because I see that Gary has another land in his hand. I think he could have got an extra point.
Yeah.
Had he just cast the Lightning Bolt main phase.
Every point matters.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll see if it ends up mattering here. So it's 11, and then he takes in the other 4, so putting him to 7. And if he plays a land here, we could have just played this Lightning Bolt main phase.
Yep.
But maybe he's just saving lands. Oh, but does he have it?
Or he does.
Yeah, so he definitely does. So Colton could effectively have been at 6, and 6 is kind of that sweet spot with this deck. Like that's 2 lightning bolts away, and the game kind of ends. So
It's those little sequences. They matter a lot.
yeah. All right. Well, there's another ancient ziggurat, and which human's coming down? I don't think Colton's out of the game, but he's certainly not in a good spot right now. Right. I think this is exactly what Gary wanted. How many times has this Goblin guy connected? He attacked on turn 1. He's going on his turn 3, so it's already done 6.
Yeah.
What else do you want in a 1-drop, right?
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Last game Colton was at 20, turn 3. He's at 7 right now. So definitely 2 different games.
Thalia or Mantis Rider? That's what Colton's thinking about right now. What do you like here, Kevin?
I feel like it has to be Mantis Rider. You're past the point of trying to disrupt the burn opponent since he's already done so much on you. But Colton begs to differ, so we're going to see how this pans out.
Yeah, and I think I don't hate Thalia, but what I just think is rough about Thalia is it's trying to not lose.
Yeah.
And a lot of people end up doing this. It's like, oh my god, I just need to not die. But like, you got to win, right? Like, Magic's not a game about not dying. It's a game of, winning, right? So I think this Mantis Rider that was in his hand could have kind of done both. Like, if it dies, it dies, right? There's nothing you can do about it. The Thalia is going to die all the same. Dennis, we are not going to be posting standings, unfortunately. That's kind of in-store only, but we'll kind of keep you up to date with what's going on in the events, so just hang tight.
Yeah, we can maybe just give a quick rundown.
Break. So.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to do now, Gary? If he has Searing Blaze in the hand, it's very good right now. Even if he doesn't get
and we know he has a
landfall.
Bloodstain Mire, like we saw that. Which is, let's see what he can do, though.
Yeah, so Searing Blaze instantly ends the game right now.
So that's the Mire that we talked about. We are going to crack it.
Yeah.
We're going to put ourselves to 15 here. Gary's at a safe life total. The game's all but done at this point. You can tell that Colton is on the ropes.
So are you of the opinion, if you have 4 Searing Blazes in your deck, do you leave your unfetched land untapped? I mean, do you fetch it? Do you still
if you don't have
to thin out your deck?
No. No, you need it. Yeah. So it's more important.
Yeah.
And maybe, Frank Carson could tell me if that's wrong.
Yeah.
But it's more noticeable. So.
Oh, so just hard cast a good old 4-mana Lightning Bolt. Well, Rift Bolt.
Yeah. But this is going to put Colton down to 2 here. 2. He's going to put him down to 3. He's going to take 4 from this.
Yeah, we actually do have Red Black Hollow 1 in the event, so...
Not sure how it's doing, though, Ryok 101, but we'll...
I believe there's actually somebody exfil right now with it, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, if he wins this round, we could definitely put him on camera.
So... Alright, well, we got the Mantis Rider and Noble Hierarch turn here. Yeah. Oh.
Freebooter, okay.
Okay, that is not the play that we're going to do, so... Yeah. Destructive Reverie.
Yeah.
Might as well be a nothing.
Yeah. I think that's trying to hedge too much, trying to get rid of Aether Vials. I don't think you really want to side that card in against humans.
I just wish this Mantis Rider was in play, Kevin.
Yeah.
Gary would be going down to 9 this turn, and I think from 9 you can win the game, but from 15, when Gary's got so many draws here, and I think if we just didn't
I imagine the Rift Bolt would have killed the Mantis Rider though, right? Because it killed the Thalia.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So does Colton just try to pray and just name something blindly with Mindlink Mage? Looks like he's trying to do that. I wish we had people with iPads outside right now, but
no, that's okay.
We gotta work with the budget,
So I imagine we're naming things that are not in the graveyard right now. What's the worst? I think you just named Searing Blaze, right?
Yeah.
Every time. Although he doesn't have a land.
Yeah.
We know that he's land starved right now, so maybe you don't name Searing Blaze.
Maybe just Lightning Bolt still, or I don't know.
We haven't seen a Lightning Helix, right? It's probably Lightning Helix. There's more Lightning Helixes in the deck than there is Lightning Bolts because we have seen one of those. So
I think a burn deck at least plays 3 Helix. So
yeah,
Helix is not a bad name right now. Searing Blood is probably too much of a... Yeah, I don't think you name Searing Blood because you don't know if his opponent's for sure going to side it in.
Well, let's see what Gary draws.
So
I think that was
Helix. I was pretty sure it's a Helix.
No, I think it was a Swift Spear, to be honest. But still, the Swift Spear doesn't leave...
No, Charm. He is at 4. That is a good point. Yeah. No, you guys are right. Boros Charm is probably the...
He's cast one already, that's all. I guess I was just thinking about 4 ofs that are left in his deck to maximize the odds. But Randomize and Ryok, you guys are right.
Yeah.
He is at 4. We should probably just name the thing that kills us, right? Just
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So... You guys are absolutely right. So we know that Gary blanked on that draw. Blanked as in
he didn't play it, or like it still might be this Helix. Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this game, if we just didn't miss that point, I think if Colton was at 3,
Yeah.
this game is just so much easier. But he is at 4 now.
Yeah,
so
that's a very good point to bring
Right.
up. Yeah. It's literally this 1 point could be the difference. For,
yeah, it's one of the like the
Gary.
difference between like 6 and 5 is not big.
Yeah.
Difference between 6 and 4 is not that
Yeah.
big. Bigger because of
Yeah.
Boros Charm, but the
Yeah.
difference between 4 and 3 is
Yeah.
huge,
Yep.
right? Like, so
So Colton, if I'm Colton, I try to swing this as much as I can without dying on the backswing.
yeah, right. And like,
Yeah.
luckily this, he's so scared of dying here.
Yeah.
Because it looks like he wants to play this kite self freebooter here.
Yeah. If I'm Colton, I probably don't
Oh,
try
no.
to play around of 3 mana.
There's the
burn
Mantis
spell.
Rider. Nope.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, so we just swing with the Mantis Rider here, right?
Yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
right. We have 3 blockers. You know, you
Yeah. Yeah,
in a
you
great
could,
spot.
You can feel free to block with this freebooter. You don't have
So-
any artifacts out, so you're not afraid of him casting.
yeah. So
Destructive
Gary
Reverie.
goes to 11 here.
Oh yeah, we appreciate the comment on the quality. We worked really hard to get it
Mhm.
to as crisp as it can, and it looks really nice.
Yeah, you know what? Just it's an internet connection thing, I think,
Yeah.
and just today it's working out. We tried our best. So,
That's good.
but yeah. So I don't. As Gary does look like he has 2 cards in his hand,
Yeah.
and he's in the think tank. You know, I think this game is being closed out for him. So there's the Swift Spear that he drew last turn. Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
knew
yeah, it
about
was
that
a
one.
Swiss spear. Yep.
I'm gonna pass the turn.
Yeah, so Colton has to avoid going to 3 as much as he can. So this mana confluence is dead in his hand.
Will not be using that. I think he understands the importance of it. So
Oh, apparently it's a Secret Foundry in his hand. So that is not a
That
good
is a
sequence of
Sacred Foundry.
draws. Yeah.
like I
Yes.
think if you don't get the Boros Charm here, like the game's just locked up, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
At least Searing Blaze is online now, and maybe you can
Yep.
find some way to deal with this. So,
And especially if Colton's heads up and name Boros Charm, that just cuts off another set of outs.
so
So Colton, in theory, has 2 turns still. So,
I think he has another Mantis Rider in
Yeah.
his hand. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I've been casting this game like I think he has another Mantis Rider, but it looks like I'm wrong. So,
I think he'd for sure play that right now, because that would be having Gary dead exactly next turn.
yeah.
So Colton kind of has to figure out how he can kill him within the next 2 turns.
But it is not.
freebooter,
So,
yeah.
and a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
And a sigh of relief comes out for sure.
So
we-
Colton, he just chooses to swing with the Mantis Rider still.
Yeah. Another 4 and
So our possible outs at the moment are Phantasmo Image, Mantis Rider, Dahlia's
oh, is that a
Descendant.
Goblin Guide? That's so
Yeah.
unfortunate for Gary. You know, he's just trying to string together some spells to finish it off, but he's just a little bit short here.
Really unfortunate set of draws for Gary, like 5 bricks in a row. That's too bad.
Yeah, and I think that's a Goblin Guide that he's gonna cast here. Yeah, it is. And with a pass of the
Yeah.
turn.
Gary still, in his favor, still has 1 more draw step. Unless that's Dahlia's Lieutenant.
No,
Yeah.
it's some
Looks
claim
like Dahlia
territories.
Heretic Cathara is actually in his hand. And a Mana Confluence.
Still can't win the game here, right? We're still gonna be a little
Yeah.
short, so I think we're just setting up for next turn.
Yeah.
Still just trying to dodge this Boros Charm.
Yeah, I think you just stick with the 1 Mantis Rider plan. Oh,
Fiend
Fiend
Hunter.
Hunter. Okay, cool.
You know, and it's too bad. I think Gary brought in these destructive reveries, thinking it would have a target, but
Yep.
and I guess normally it does in the form of Aether Vial,
Mhm.
but we haven't seen any of that. We've just seen creatures on it, right? Like, so
Yeah. If I'm still Colton, you're just still pecking with the Mantis Rider. If you alpha here, you still don't leave Gary dead on board.
it's true, and there's a chance you take that 1 and you top decks, a Lava Spike or something,
Yeah.
and the game just ends, right?
Yeah.
So like we just get in for 4, we're happy with, it, and next turn we turn our guys sideways.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is Metal Image's naming Boros Charm. So, so he does go for the alpha.
So, okay, so let's
Okay.
see. So what happens here? So we are definitely going to get in for 5.
Yeah.
And then he's forced to block, but he has 3 blockers. So he's going to have to trade off his, board.
Yep, he's gonna have to for sure block the champion, the Parish.
I
and
wish I knew
the
what this
meddling
meddling mage was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So he's gonna. Okay, smart play by Gary. He's prioritizing trying to get rid of the meddling mage instead of the champion, the Parish, just because the meddling mage is blocking off of Colton's out. We're gonna assume it's just Burrow's Charm now. I feel like it is. So
God, I wish I knew.
Yep.
This cast would be a lot better if we
Yeah.
knew what a meddling mage
Yeah.
was naming. I guess that's something that's
Yeah.
going to be coming up in the future.
if anybody wants to
So-
volunteer next time with your iPad,
Yeah,
send
no
us
kidding.
some cards.
But yeah, we're not sure what it's named, but I'm scared for Colton here.
So 5 is going in for sure.
He is going to lose creatures though.
Yep.
So Goblin Guide first, and we're bringing down our opponent down to 2, and
Yeah.
we're living on a prayer here.
Yeah, if I'm Colton, I would have not swung with a Meddling Mage, just for the fact that if you name Boros Charm... Oh, punished! Oh, no! Colton, no!
Oh my God.
No! Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. I have to... Oh, my gosh. I'm speechless. That's unfortunate for Colton. Wow.
Again, we don't know that
Yeah.
it was named on Boros
Okay.
Charm, but oh man.
Do you want to find out? I kind of want to find out.
No, let the players play. We'll find out at the end of the game. Just stay tuned.
Yeah.
And, we'll give you the spoilers. We'll let you know what Meddling Mage
Yeah.
had named. So
Yeah, hashtag better lucky than good.
yeah, no kidding. Holy.
Yeah, that was a
So-
sick feel.
But that's why we play
Yeah.
Magic, right? Like literally these games. They are going to game 3 though.
Yeah.
So Colton Rempel on the play, the Humans player on the play. You can see those cards getting boarded out.
Oh.
I guarantee those are the destructive rivalries.
Yeah.
So
That was a sick way Gary peeled that too. Boros Charm always knew was on top.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he just flipped it, right?
yeah.
He's like, I can't do anything about this, right? I'm
Yeah.
just gonna dead next turn. So I wonder if that game would have ended this had Colton just been maybe a little
Yeah.
bit more aggressive, right?
Yeah.
We scrutinized the not playing of Mantis Rider for a
Yeah.
few turns, but
Yeah, and
Who
he
knows,
also
right?
was a bit too aggressive there, right? Because if he didn't swing with that meddling mage, he probably would have not lost.
but what if the meddling mage was named on something
Yeah.
else, right?
So,
So again, we don't know.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna
Yeah.
give him a hard time.
Yeah.
If the meddling mage wasn't named on Boros Charm,
Yep.
I think it was a fine
Yep.
attack
Yep.
at that point. A little greedy,
Yep.
but you are forcing him to trade off his creatures, and at that point, you just have enough chump blockers in
Exactly.
the right.
Yep.
Like you have Mantis Rider, Fiend Hunter, Noble Hierarch, all left to block.
Yep.
So
So Gary, if I'm Gary, I definitely sat out this destructive revelry
Yeah.
because if you saw it that game, that could have been the difference between winning and losing as well.
absolutely,
If
could
you
have.
remember that point of damage, that could have been another 3 damage burn
So-
spell. So Gary should definitely side that out. And Colton's on the play. I don't think he has to adjust his game plan that much. Just hope he has a nice rollout.
I
Has
agree.
X amount of champion parish Thalias, and you're good to go.
So what's your ideal rollout here, Kevin?
Champion the parish 100%, and then we got a Thalia.
Just always champion, not Noble Hierarch. Eh?
No, champion.
Champion,
just,
okay.
Just because against burn, you want to grow your champion as much as you can. If you can get
Yeah.
out of range of Searing Blaze as soon as you can, you just clock the burn.
Sometimes
player.
it's just scary, I think, because what ends up happening is, your first creature's always going to die. Gary Sear going down to 6 cards here. He's taking a maul, not what you want to be doing.
Yep.
Colton Rempel also going
Well,
down.
So we're
to
going to play
6
some nice
cards.
limp magic.
So I feel like they did that out of order because, in theory, the way that they did this, Gary Sear is going first, and there's
Yep.
no way Colton elected
Yep.
to go
Go on the
second in
draw,
this
yeah.
matchup. Yeah, but we'll see.
But yeah, I think for sure champion over Noble Hierarch. I don't know, maybe turn 2 Mantis Rider is really nice too.
In my
That's
head,
like
just both are going to
nice.
die.
Yeah.
Like, there's no world where either of them live.
Yeah.
So, but I think, I guess, like,
Yeah, there's
Champion of the Parish
yeah.
gives you more explosive rollouts,
Yeah.
right? Like,
There's
I talked
only
earlier.
one way you can kill a champion parish turn 1 though, and that's Lightning Bolt. So you have to keep that in mind. There's
Yeah,
no
I guess so.
yeah.
So, Reflector Mage, I see an Aether Vial, I see a Cavern of Souls, I see a Rising Canopy.
Ooh, this is a pretty bad hand.
Is it? What's
is
wrong
that
with it?
champion as far left?
What's wrong with this hand?
Well, just Reflector Mage isn't the greatest against burn. It's okay. If it has a good creature rollout, it's not bad.
I'm not sure I agree. I think that card is fine.
Yeah.
But I guess it is slower than,
Yep.
well, most. But
Yep.
I don't think it's that bad. So let's see how this game's going to take off for us here. Human. And we're playing
Yep.
Champion of the Parish. Yep.
Yep.
So you called it, Kevin.
I
See,
definitely.
I actually,
yeah.
I feel like a turn 1 Aether Vial would have
Yep.
been better here because we're going to put him into play at the same time. We're only potentially missing out on 2 points here. And now it's just gonna die, right? Oh no, it's not. Okay, chap.
I think this is the right play, just because you have to leverage speed on the play too, right?
Yeah, but you do it with Aether Vial, right? And
Yeah.
then like you can actually
You
glow
know, it
'em.
also matters like the sequence it draws. If Colton had a turn 2, a 2-drop or 1-drop to follow up to pump the champion right away with the Aether Vial, I'd agree with you. But it doesn't look like he has that, so I think this is the correct line of play. If you think about
I just
that
think
way.
it's a little bit safer,
Yeah.
but I suppose like I know where you're
Yeah.
coming from here. So we got a meddling mage. What are we naming? What do you name here? Searing
I'd probably
Blaze?
Searing Blaze, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's weird. We haven't seen a single Searing Blaze from Gary both games. But I feel like if you're playing Burn, you cannot not play Searing Blaze.
His deck list is missing at the moment. So we don't actually know what's coming into play. Colton, you can't forget that counter. Colton can't forget the counter.
Colton, counter. This is why we played a turn 1, Colton. Colton? Oh no. Oh, okay.
All right.
Dude, we stuck it in there.
Interesting. No attack. I guess you just want to block.
Yeah, okay. He forgot to attack. There's 100% no reason why you don't attack that turn.
Slight. Something. We'll we'll ask Colton about that.
Yeah.
But opting to be very defensive this game.
Yeah.
But looks like Gary Sear has allowed him to have the counter on, to have the 1/1 counter on him. Might be to his demise, but who knows? That's a problem for next turn.
Hey, maybe they did a little bartering. You can't attack with champion if you counter on it, but that's getting too bad ethics there.
Is that collusion?
Yeah.
Kevin? Is that a form of collusion?
Don't collude, guys. I'm not trying to encourage it.
So Gary's gonna fetch, just get that mountain, conserve his life total. Doesn't need to get the stomping grounds. Might not even have green spells in his deck now.
Yep. Okay, so what are we gonna see to idle on? Probably this is just a 9.
He has a Helix. I see a
Oh,
Helix.
Helix, yep.
Yeah, so get that guy out of here. So Gary putting himself to 22.
So we got a Reflector Mage now. Do you run the Reflector Mage here without value? I feel like you should.
You probably just have to,
Yeah,
right? Like you
you have
gotta
to
win the
provide a
game,
clock.
man.
Oh,
no,
no,
JK, you
Mad
play that.
Strider, okay.
So
Sick.
yeah.
Don't forget to swing with Metal Image, Colton.
All right, this turn we should probably attack.
Sick. Okay, so Gary's down to 7 now. 17.
So
Yeah, hedging for the slow roll double goblin guide.
yeah, that'd be something. Holy though, would that be a call?
Yeah.
Another Red Mesa comes down for Gary Senior. Takes 1, cracking it. Going to 16. Gets a mountain again, saving his life total here.
So important to note, Gary's hand has been very slow. It's been a very reactionary hand.
You know what? Colton actually
Yeah.
took 1. He's actually at 15
Yeah.
here. Just gonna change that up from his Horizon Canopy.
It's very important. Yeah, but very slow hand from Gary. Like, definitely don't want... He has no creatures on... Oh, Anger of the Gods. Oh,
Kablam!
I got him. Whoa.
That's a kablam. Well-
I don't think any burn decks really siding your gods. This is not something that I expected from Colton. Wow. That was a big Anger of Gods.
See, and now Kevin, like, because this Aether Vial was in our opener, I feel like if this Vial was just a little bit higher, we'd be in a better position now. So
Yeah. So, if I'm Colton, I would have just cracked the Canopy first before playing the Vial, just so if you can play a 1-drop right away.
sure.
Yeah. It looks like Colton has nothing in his hand, though. Unfortunate. That Anger of the Gods was huge.
I think that's a Reflector Mage. I
Yeah.
can't quite
Yeah,
tell.
that's 100% a Reflector Mage.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
know that, right?
Yeah.
So
That's a Thales Lieutenant? Yeah,
It
that's
is
a Thales
Thales
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's just thinking
I
about...
think you can be a
yeah.
little conservative
Yeah.
here, right? Like I don't think you have to go all in.
Yeah, especially
th-
since
this turn.
Gary's not applying any real pressure right now. I feel like you can hold off for the value.
Yeah, I think so too, Kevin.
Because Gary hasn't played a single creature yet, so you can get some value off this Reflector Mage, and then you can pump it up with this Thales Lieutenant. 4 toughness is a huge deal, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons Tarmogoyf is so good versus the red deck, right? Like as soon as it gets to 3/4, it's like, oh my god, this stupid thing is so hard to kill.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Colton's got to get something off this Horizon
Yeah.
Canopy. Hold on, I guess before I say that, Does he sack the canopy this turn? He's got to, right?
Yeah, you for sure have to. You're just not playing anything on the board. Oh, double Riftbolt. Okay.
This play gets punished so
Yeah.
bad by Meddling Mage, but I guess
Yeah.
if Gary had any spot
Yeah.
removal for it, it doesn't actually get
Yeah.
punished. So
I'm for sure certain that Gary has Boros Charm in hand. I
He
think
does.
you just fire off the Boros Charm and hold the boats and wait till Colton deploys his threats, so you can pick off both threats.
sure.
Sure, like I guess you're deterring from winning the game, but Colton's still at 15,
Yeah,
so I'm not sure what the correct line is.
it's tough.
Yeah.
It's a complicated board state for sure. I think you got to fire off this Reflector Mage.
Yeah.
Commander Klusa is in the undefeated bracket. Maybe we'll get him on camera next round if he goes 4-0.
Yeah. Still playing Counters Company, 2018.
Playing Counters Company. You cut the black from it, actually. So I don't know if
really?
you guys want to see that. But yeah, he is a pure green-white combo deck now. So
And he loved the Visiricia combo too.
Oh,
That's-
he
that's
loved
a
it.
tough breakup.
it's 2018, Kevin.
Yeah.
So, all right. So there's that Reflector Mage that we talked about.
Yeah.
Just gets a body on the board.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see where these Rift Bolts go now.
I don't
One-
know. Like, I think you actually don't play it that turn because you can kind of like just play it and pump it with Thalia's Lieutenant next turn. I don't know if that's just slowing your game plan too
We
much.
gotta win the game, Kevin.
Yeah.
Like Burn,
Yeah.
despite them having a slow rollout, like
Yeah.
they're not gonna give it its infinite time here, right? Like they're gonna eventually win the game here. So
It did eat a burn spell too, so there's that. So we have another Meddling Mage now.
so
Yeah. So Vials
a
on
hand
two.
of Thalia's Lieutenant, Meddling Mage.
Yep.
Oh god, I don't know. This game's
It's a very awkward standoff right now. I think you for sure still just named Searing Blaze with this Meddling Mage just to insulate your creatures from as much removal as you can.
okay. So this is one of my favorite parts of Magic. Do you name? So he's casting something with Meddling Mage. Do you respond and cast the Boros Charm immediately, just in fear of him
Yeah.
naming it? But as
Yes, on the stack, yeah.
So, let's see. Lightning Helix. It wasn't a Lightning Helix that was in play, was it? Or in his hand and not a Boros Charm?
Man,
Who knows?
my excuse is I'm a accounting major, not an English major.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Well,
I'm
thank
just
you.
hiding behind excuses.
That's all right. Gary in the player seat here, but I think he's running out of ways to,
Oh,
I don't know, close the game. He doesn't actually have that much.
Yep.
So,
This Eidolon's looking very awkward just because there's Vials out now.
yeah.
What?
Oh, he thought it was a Fiend Hunter. So you're going to need a really good draw here, Colton. I can't.
I think any human right now is a great draw.
Any human, Kevin.
Any human.
Any human.
Any human.
All right, well, chat. Kevin
Yeah.
thinks any human's a great draw. I think it's a good start. I think it has to be a Mantis Rider, to be honest.
Colton's still at 12, so he's not in danger of dying anytime soon. So we got that going for Colton. Yeah. So I think it's pretty clear that Colton drew a... Oh, he might be trying to ambush Gary too, so it's not as clear that he drew a land. And the Vials are actually on a kind of awkward spot at 3 and 1 because he wants to take this Vial up to 2. Would you cast a 2-drop that turn if you had a 2-drop?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Nah, just how the game's playing out. I think Gary is all but out of resources, so he's kind of doing what he can here.
Yeah. He also might be trying to avoid taking as much damage from his own Eidolon too. That could be a consideration that he had. Not
2
saying
mana.
it's the correct play, but it's possible. Oh, he left
He
in
left
Destructive
these
Revelry.
destructive revelries
Yeah.
in. Colton quickly points out
Yeah.
that he takes 2 from his own Eidolon.
That's good heads up.
Good.
That's actually how you win a lot of your burn games, is that you get your opponents not to remember their Eidolon triggers, right? Because it's not mandatory to resolve it, right?
Yeah, I remember seeing, oh god, the burn mirror when both of you have Eidolons in
Yep.
play. It's like, what is even happening?
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the land that Colton top deck. I think another Scene Coast.
he got in for 2 there. Colton does not block, puts him to 8.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Fat Shroud. Just like thinking of Gary's thought process there. Looks like we have double deck cards in hand, or is this
One of them's a
freebooter?
Seachrome Coast. I can't tell
Seachrome.
what the other is
Yeah.
off the top of
So
my head.
Seachrome
so
Coast and it must not be great. I
I
think it's a freebooter.
I
It
also
looks
think
like
it's a freebooter, so I think you just got to fire off the
Yeah.
freebooter and cross fingers at this point,
Yeah.
right? You have this
Especially-
file, you're
yeah.
not going to take the 2, and
Yep.
I don't know, you got to
Yeah.
find a way to win.
Yep, it's 100% a freebooter.
So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's just thinking doing draw step. That's smart. Because he's only 1 card in hand, so you're trying
Maybe
to
hits a
maximize your
sorcery.
freebooter. No, draw step.
draw
Draw
your
step.
card, Gary.
Yeah. Okay, do we get something good? Cool, so we're going to fire off this Biostrime response. And Colton's going down to 4. And Colton remembered the trigger. Probably did. So Gary's going down to 14 and Colton's at 4.
All right.
So-
Let's see, what do we got?
What do we got?
Flip it on the table there, Gary.
What do you... Gary, just show him the card. You're going to play the card or you're going to give him the card? What is this hand? Oh, okay.
So he's already drawn his card?
So Swiss Spear that he was afraid to show. Do you cast it here? I guess you do, just to try to insulate yourself from some blockers, and you might not.
Like, you can play it in your Eidolon, put yourself at 12, but I
Yeah.
don't think you're in any fear of dying whatsoever, so...
I would play the Swiss Spear there just because if there's it's clear that Colton's card in his hand is dead now. So if Colton top decks another human, he can at least double block the Thalia. So I think I think you should definitely play the Swiss Spear there. Gary's still at 14, so still relatively healthy.
What's the best human draw Colton could have right now?
Mantis Rider or another Thalia's Lieutenant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
That for sure. Because another Thalia's Lieutenant makes the freebooter a reasonable attacker now, and you get a 4/4 Thalia's Lieutenant too. So what did Colton peel off here?
Can't get quite a good glimpse, but yeah, he's gonna need to chain together a few good draws here.
Yeah.
I think this is. He can't even play a spell at this.
No, it's Cavern of
it's a
Souls,
Cavern. Well, that sucks.
That's not good.
Yeah, this is like just not
Wanna
where
shift
you
the
want to
turn?
be.
Yep.
What do we got? Is that a Searing Blaze?
I don't know why he's
That
not
was a Searing
attacking with
Blaze.
the... I guess just afraid of a burn spell, I guess, if he's not attacking with the
So-
freebooter.
Gary just
Yeah.
drew a Searing Blaze, so
Yeah.
now he's just got to draw land, and
Yeah.
the game is all but done at this point. So, doesn't have the landfall trigger right now,
Yeah.
so doesn't want to cast it as it doesn't kill anything, but it does put Colton at that 1 life.
Yeah.
So, combined with another Lightning Bolt, this game is all but done. Colton now needs to draw a well, assuming his opponent that draws,
Yep.
needs to draw another freebooter and Violet into play. Has to be that series of plays where the game's over.
So what did we peel off here? Is it Horizon Canopy?
Looks like
No.
a Horizon Canopy,
Yeah.
Kevin.
You snap, just draw a card, Colton.
Get that out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it in the graveyard. Play it on the battlefield first, then put it in the graveyard.
no,
Oh,
it's a Thalia's
Thalia's
Lieutenant.
This is huge draw. 4/4 Thalia's Lieutenant now, and a 2/3 freebooter.
Well, that's way better than what
Yeah.
we thought it was. So
Yeah. This is sweet.
Gary would have to draw so bad to lose this game.
Yeah. So if you're Colton, do you swing with the freebooter or do you leave it back?
No,
It's tough, right?
no.
Because this Thalia's Lieutenant, if you just leave that back, you die to top deck Searing Blaze.
So we
Yeah.
know.
Oh, you don't die to
that-
top deck. Oh, you do. Because
We
of the
know that one of the
Swift
cards
Spear.
in his hand is
Yeah.
a Swift Spear, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so he's opting to play it safe still, which I don't know if it's correct or not, but as of right now, Colton's just trying to insulate himself as much as he can from dying.
yep, I think that was a Boros.
That was a Borostrom. Ugh.
That's the game, right?
Yeah.
Assuming that we've done.
Gary, slow roll. If this is a
So-
Borostrom, this is a 6 slow roll.
Merfolk was 2-1 at the end of last round. Our green blue pilot Nikachu.
Gary, play it. It's Borostrom.
Our
I think it might be a Lightning Helix. It has to be a Lightning Helix if he's thinking this
our green
hard.
blue pilot mulled to 5 and kept a no lander, so
Yeah.
nothing really happened. But
This Helix. I swear, this is a Borostrom. This is 6.
there's a world where he forgot we've been keeping track
Yeah.
of all of our Eidolon
That's
triggers
true, yeah.
properly, but there's a world where players missed it, and we don't have a floor judge right now, so. I think, you know what, Colton might be at 6 here, to be honest.
Yep.
Because this is the only reason. Oh, Vile banned on the 12th. No, I don't think Vile's getting banned.
Yeah.
But Ryok, I'll give you like some friendship points if Vile gets banned. Those are like worth a lot because
Yep.
nepotism's big in my book. But anyhow, back to this game. So we saw that Gary did draw a red-white spell. We're fairly confident it's a Boros Charm.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a Boros
It's
Charm.
Boros Charm. So
He must
Gary
have.
must have forgotten a Eidolon trigger.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
must be what happened. I'm gonna go ahead and change Colton's
at
life.
6, yeah.
Because I think that's the only way that this could have happened.
Yeah. If Colton's at 4, this is one of the sickest slow rolls of all time. Oh, what do we get off this canopy?
I can't quite tell. So I guess Gary's being careful now because he's gonna die to his own Eidolon soon.
Yeah.
I hate casting with Eidolon.
Yeah.
And like Ferocidon and stuff, like when it was legal and standard,
Mm.
because it's actually not hard to keep track of life totals when we're casting.
Yeah.
But when people forget triggers, that's where it gets tricky,
Yeah.
right? So
That's true.
yeah.
So, in theory, 6-all right now. Gary
So-
has one more turn, I think. He has to decide how he can win. Oh, top deck freebooter again.
Top
That's
deck a
huge.
freebooter.
Okay, please remember all the triggers, Coden. There you go. Sweet. Lightning Bolt, Searing Blaze. All at you. 2 Eidolon triggers. So
There's no land came in
There's no
play.
land that came in play, so this is not game over. This is still 2 points of damage left.
I think they're calling a judge.
Yeah. So this is with the assumption that Kitesail Freebooter is on the stack with his CTP trigger. Yeah. Yeah, and Gary kind of got punished for like waiting so long to cast his Boros Charm because he took another damage, 2 damage from the Eidolon.
Yeah, burn player is
Yeah.
definitely nervous.
Yeah, it's a future match, so it's understandable, especially if it's his first future match. So he has another Searing Blaze in hand for sure. Oh wait, no, he just picked it up. Okay, interesting. Okay. Should definitely get a judge over here. Okay.
I'll be right back,
Yep.
guys.
We're gonna get a judge. We're gonna get this sorted out. We're gonna stop guessing now. So this is a very interesting sequence of events. This is it was quite the standstill. Just this is not what you expect out of like Burn and Humans. Just 2 aggro decks. Well, Burn's technically an aggro deck. Just going at it. Both their games have just been very control like in terms of like sequencing your spells, which is really neat. But yeah, keep in mind this is not game. Searing Blaze did not have a landfall trigger activated or enabled. Kitesail Freebooter's being activated with put on the battlefield with the Vile on the draw step. Okay, so just trying to figure out what exactly happened. That's the game. Okay, who won? I think the Humans player won. Pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure the Humans player won. Okay. Sorry about like the confusion, guys. Definitely would be nice to have somebody right in the future match area. I think that's definitely something we should consider next time, especially with Modern. Standard's a bit more simpler to do, but yeah, that was a bit confusing. So
Gary's just nervous.
Yep.
Yep. We had the life totals right. Colton was at 4.
yeah, Colton was at 4, and it had the Boros Charm. Oh, so Gary didn't cast the Boros Charm when Colton was at 4?
Yeah.
What?
Guys, I don't know what happened.
What's going on?
Guys, but that's okay. You know
What?
what? Whatever. The
Yep.
player was nervous. First time being on feature match.
Yep.
I think it's the first time he's done as well as he has right now.
Yep.
But to clear up any confusion,
Yep.
I guess they were just confused about the
Yep.
burn player one.
Yep.